really sure where to look because my phone's all weird, but today I have a Chinese mukbang, whatever. I've got some chicken for sweet and sour chicken. I have the sweet and sour sauce off to the side. I have an egg roll, some cream cheese wontons. They're not crab rangoon. Some white rice and some Diet Dr. Pepper. So, let's start off with an egg roll. So, last week I had, on Wednesday, I had blood work, and then I had my final post-op from my total thyroidectomy and neck dissection from the thyroid cancer. So the blood work that I had on Wednesday was to determine my thyroid hormone levels and my current A1C. If you hear noises in the background, it's because I'm literally invaded by kittens right now. Literally, there's like 4 of them in here. We had a cat that had kittens, and they're so cute, but we can't keep them. I'm gonna be really sad, but you know, when you rent, you can only have so many animals. Anyway, now, first, my T3 came back. I don't really know what T3 is, but I read the numbers and it said it was in the normal range. So I was like, oh, good. And my A1C came back as having dropped 2 points. Now that's not a ton, but considering during this whole cancer time, I was super stressed out and not really paying too much attention to what I was eating, and only paying attention like half the time. I'm pretty happy with that. So I saw that, and I saw that my thyroid hormone T3 was normal, so I was like, oh good. That means that they will not change my medication. Every morning I have to take thyroid medication since I don't have a thyroid anymore. And I've been happy with it because I've lost 17 pounds since the surgery. So I was thinking, oh good, they're not gonna drop it or anything. So I will keep losing weight. But then my T4 came back and it was super high. Again, I don't really know what that is. And then my TSH came back as like 0.01. And like a normal range is like 0.30 something and up. So I was like, oh no. I was so afraid that they were going to drop my medication medication dosage, and then I'd start piling the weight back on and just keep gaining it. Dip it in the sweet and sour sauce. But the good news is that when I went in there, she told me that my numbers were exactly where they wanted my numbers to be. She said that with my my cancer history and my diabetes and my weight, they basically wanted me to be hyperthyroid so that I can continue to lose weight while having some thyroid function. So that was awesome. So I get to keep the dosage that I'm on. Sorry, I got interrupted. Yeah, so that was good. I get to keep my medication dosage, and I can keep tracking my food and losing weight, and hopefully, like, when I lose another 20 pounds, my A1C will go down another couple points. Basically, what I've been doing is, for the most part, I've been tracking with Weight Watchers, but I've been trying to balance out the carbs and proteins and stuff, so it's not like, so I'm not going super crazy with too many carbs and sugars each meal. Obviously, this one is not along those lines, but I try not to do this too often. Yeah, I was super happy with that, because that means that, if I can keep lowering it with weight loss, then, the lower that gets, the better my kidney function will be. If it gets to a point where my A1C is not being lowered just from losing weight and metformin, then I'll go stricter on the carbs and the sugar. But right now, I'm basically, other than like cheat meals like this, basically following the guidelines for diabetics for the carbs and the proteins per meal. Not protein per meal, but carbs per meal. And I'm happy because I'm getting closer to the weight I was. Sorry if the sounds are not that great. My microphone is not set up. And these kittens are everywhere. But, jeez. I don't even remember what I was saying now. Oh, yeah. I'm getting closer to the weight that I was when I had lost weight with Weight Watchers right before the pandemic hit. I had gained basically all the way back during the pandemic, but it's coming off again, and hopefully I push past the place that I was before. she did say that my incision or my scar is keloided or something like that, basically where it's like it's healed kind of chunky. And some options would be like I could see a dermatologist at some point and have injections to make it thinner. Speaking of injections, we went yesterday to get our second dose of the vaccine. And so far, my arm's not even sore. I don't know if it will hit me like in a couple of days or if I'll be one of the lucky ones that doesn't experience anything or what. I'm not going to be somebody that tells somebody else that they need to get the vaccine. We just decided for our family that we were going to do it. Considering my cancer and diabetes and stuff, I'm like, I'm more at my weight, I'm more at high risk at the moment, so. And a couple of weeks ago, one of my childhood neighbors, his wife, who was either had just turned 40 or was in her early 40s, she was in healthcare and she was putting off getting the vaccine for some reason. She did plan to get it, but had not gotten it yet. Had no underlying health conditions. She got COVID and within a week was on a respirator, and she was basically in a coma for like a month, and she just passed away like the 13th or something of July. Something like that. So that's terrifying. So I'm all vaxxed up. My A1C has dropped. My thyroid levels are where they need to be right now, so I'm losing weight. Even having a cheat meal like this sometimes. So at the moment, all of that stuff's good. I'm kind of going through a bit of a stressful time right now. We are getting ready for a move to Nebraska. Super random place to move to, but my husband got offered a better job, almost twice the pay that he gets right now a week. Benefits, insurance, so he could not pass it up. It was something that we all talked about as a family because, my son's about to start his senior year. So this would mean, I'm so sorry about the cats, if you can hear them. Ugh. This would mean, he starts his senior year over at a new high school. But he said that he didn't mind, honestly. You know, last year he didn't go at all. It was all remote learning at home. And the first 2 years he didn't really connect with anybody too much as far as friends go. I think he's kind of to the point where he's just ready for it to be over. So my husband went on ahead, and I've been packing things up in boxes, and he will be coming back in a week or so to, you know, basically get us and clean, and we're gonna clean this place so we can get out of here, because school starts next week, so he'll be a little bit late starting, but so it's kind of stressful trying to get all this stuff together. It happened at an inopportune, not inopportune, but not the best time that all this happened, because my husband found out that he got the job the same week that I found out I had cancer. So it was kind of like, oh my God, how are we gonna get all this done? And I was freaking out about changing all of my healthcare providers so soon after I found out I had cancer and everything. But I managed to get all of my treatments done, and now all I have to do is just get a new primary care doctor. And I already planned ahead and got a referral to an endocrinologist that also specializes in diabetes. I think, it might be like University of Omaha or something like that, doctor. Not sure, something like that, but so I'm all set with that. I have enough of my medication until I have the appointment, so there's that. So I'm just basically stressed about getting us up there and, you know, worried about my son adjusting to a new school and everything. I might be more nervous than he is. I don't know, but these cats are driving me insane right now. But anyway, I'm hoping that once I get to Nebraska and we're all settled, I can start making videos more consistently again. You know, I wasn't able to do it during the pandemic because, you know, my sleep schedule was off, and then my son was home like all the time doing his remote learning and stuff. And it's just so much easier to do these videos when you're by yourself. So, yeah. Trying to think if there's anything that I forgot. I don't know. But anyway, hopefully more videos to come soon, more consistently. Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about this real quick. I'll eat one more of these. So, I don't drive, right? It's like one of my phobias. I'm not going to really get into it because people think it's weird and they're very judgmental about it, but, and even if I did, we only have one vehicle, right? So, obviously my husband drove the vehicle to Nebraska, like 12 hours away to start working, so that, you know, the sooner you start working, the sooner their benefits kick in. So my son and I stayed back here in Texas. Well, I had to start Ubering to my appointments that I had left while he was gone. I had never taken an Uber before. In like 2004, when I was pregnant with my son, I had to get used to taking taxis places. Would you stop it, Kittens? goodness. I'll insert a picture of the kittens at the end. Anyway, so I got used to taking taxis when I was pregnant with my son. But I haven't taken a taxi since like 2005. And then with Uber, it's not like, I don't know, like these people aren't like technically like employed like a taxi place, so it, you know, it made me nervous. So I was super anxious to take an Uber. And the first time I had to take one was the day that I had my full body scan. And I was completely afraid of the scan too. So that was a very nerve-wracking morning, but now I'm used to taking Ubers. But man, I'm glad that I don't have to rely on them anymore because they really do add up. Just going like 8 minutes, 2 ways plus a tip, like can end up being like almost $30. It's kind of like, it's that convenience fee there. It's like when you order Uber Eats, you know, you're paying like almost twice as much or something as you would if you went and got it yourself because you're paying for the convenience. But it was really funny because yesterday when my son and I went to Target to get our vaccine at the CVS, on the way home, an older gentleman picked us up in the Uber, and you know, he was playing on the radio like, you know, the Big Bopper and like super oldies like that. And then all of a sudden that song came on. But when we get behind closed doors, I was like, oh my God, this is so awkward. Then he wanted to chit chat. I was like, oh no. But you know, the funny thing about me is that in person, I am so socially awkward and shy and have so much anxiety. I'm definitely an introvert. Like, I'm insane with how much anxiety I have, but when I get into a situation where I have to be around somebody, like, you know, the nurses at the doctor's office or the doctors themselves or in an Uber, the second somebody talks to me first, like, I'm not going to talk to you first, but if they talk to me first, I get verbal diarrhea. I really do. I think the Uber people appreciated me though, because I get so nervous that I am so overly polite. Like, I profusely thank them the minute that I get in the Uber for picking me up, and then I profusely thank them when I get out of the Uber and hope they have the best day ever and all this other stuff. I'm so weird, but anyway, I will talk to you guys later.